Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey everyone, it's Yo on the Go back at the Style Table right here on our TV marketplace where you can find all of your shopping and travel needs. Today's show is about anybody can be a model. Did you ever have a secret dream about being a model? People always stop you on the street saying how fabulous you look, and you think to yourself, I think I could do this. I think I might want to be a model. Today's chat is about modeling 101. Today's market demands authentic and real models, models that look like us being the customer, the consumer, the client. And the corporate world, the fashion world, and the media world are now delivering on that demand. I have two beautiful women who are here to talk about their journey as the everyday woman who decided to be a model. These women are executives who decided, yeah, I'm going to add I'm going to add professional modeling to my extensive resume. Today, I'd like to welcome our guest, Sherry Williams, founder and CEO of Sherry Williams Enterprises LLC.
Hello, everyone.
And my guest, once again, Jolisa Webb.
I'm excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. And Jolisa Webb, CEO and founder of Beauty in the Midst LLC. Welcome, gorgeous ladies. We have such a fun-filled and informative show. I'm so excited.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Yolanda, for inviting me to your show. And yes, I want to talk about modeling and how I got into modeling.
And I'm going to start with Jolisa has been our guest before. I'm going to start with Sherry this time. Sherry, please tell us about the when, why, how, or what was the thing that said to you, you know what, I'm just going to go for this. I'm going to go for this. Everybody talks about, oh, I would love to do that. But you said, I'm going to go for it. Tell us about how you guys started and what was the catalyst.
Yolanda, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Because we got so much to talk about.
Yes. I need you to tell me everything about how you got started as a model. Okay. I think Sherry has we have a little technical difficulty. So we're going to volley it right over to Jolisa. Can you tell us all about your journey starting out as a model or why you wanted to be a model? And what
absolutely. And thank you so much for having me back at the Style Table. Yeah, it's great to be back. Well, my journey started probably a little bit untraditionally. When I was 28, I was stationed at Charleston Air Force Base, South Carolina. I was in the Air Force. And I was one of those people who had always been asked, there was a commercial, Barbizon, and they were always talking about be a model or just look like one. And people were always telling me, hey, you should be a model. Have you ever thought about modeling? Do you model? And so finally I just said, you know what, let me try it. So I actually started at 28 at Barbizon School of Modeling. And after graduation, I signed with Bizon, which is their actual talent agency, modeling agency. And I was able to do a lot of stuff locally, local catalogs, bridal fashion shows, mall fashion shows. And so it really was a very fun experience. But then I got reassigned to Germany. And when I went over to Germany, I kind of put it back in the past and said, hey, that was fun, but you got to grow up sometime. And so it wasn't until I came back to the States sometime in around 2012. I'm 45 by then. I'm married, I have a
Wow.
child, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm too old to marry. I'm too old to model. I'm too old to get back into this. And boy, was I wrong. And I'm so glad that I was wrong. I ran into a colleague who was doing it, and she connected me with her agent, and I was able to just pick it back up. And so I've had the opportunity to be an extra in a movie. I also have
Wow.
another friend that is a celebrity model, and so I've had the opportunity a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic, to go over and model, do a photo shoot for her in Bahrain, and also model at the very exclusive Capital City Club in Bahrain. So it's really quite fun. And sometimes, you never know where you might see your picture turn up. I did an ad here since I've been in the DC metro area, and I have had people call me and say, "Hey, I'm looking at this ad in Southwest Magazine. It looks just like you, but I know is that?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's me." So it's really a lot of fun, and I'm excited, and I'm so excited nowadays because back in the day it was a little harder for me because I'm what they call a plus model. Anytime you wear a size 8 or over, you're considered plus. And
Isn't
then
that
I have
something?
the hourglass shape. So of course you can be considered fat. And there were times when I was called fat early on. But now, there are so many models, like you said,
Oh,
that they're really everyday people who have a great opportunity to do that now. You look at some of the designers now, and they're really going after, people of all sizes, all shapes, all
right.
ages, all colors. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm especially excited too for people like me who did start or get back into it a little bit later because heck, the consumers that are 50 and over, that's a $15 trillion industry, and women
Yes.
carry a lot of
Yes.
spending power, in that industry. And so the industry is really starting to take a look at them, and rightfully so, because a lot of women, like me, who are that over that age, we've
Hmm.
gone out of our way to stay in shape, to stay healthy, to stay active, to stay, so we want to look good too, and we want to wear
That's
fancy clothes
right.
too, and we want to see ourselves represented on runways and in catalogs and print. So it really is, phenomenal, and that demographic is expected to have the largest growth, in the population over the next 10 years. And the women control about 80% of the spending power. So,
That's right.
it is phenomenal. And the only thing I wish is when I was first getting started, I had a wardrobe strategist like you who could kind of help me get my looks together. But you have been so instrumental, for a couple of my photo shoots and really helping me figure out what I wanted to wear, to represent myself, because it's two things about this. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're representing the brand or the agency, but you also want to be true to yourself and
Right.
authentic,
Right.
And so you've been instrumental in helping me put some looks together for some of my photo shoots, and I really, really appreciate all of your help and advice and guidance in that area.
Thank you so much, Jolisa. And you're so right. The um, the marketplace says we want to see the authentic you. We want to see the real person. We want to see ourselves. We're the ones buying these products. So, like I said, corporate America, the fashion world. I just watched Michael Kors fashion show for the spring line. He has every size. I saw myself in those models, and it was fantastic. And that induces more brand loyalty. I'm even
Right.
more faithful to the Michael Kors brand now because of that, which is fantastic. And of course, Rihanna, just like, we're doing this real, authentic. You're going to see everything, and you're going to love yourself. You're just going to love yourself, appreciate yourself, and that everybody can be a model. When we come back, we're going to connect back with Sherry Williams, who's going to tell us about her journey into becoming a professional model. See you on the backside. Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table, where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey, you guys, it's Yo on the Go back here at the Style Table. And yes, we were going to come back with Sherry Williams, but, you know, speaking of real and authentic, there she is.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, she is here to tell us about her journey into becoming a professional model, along with being an executive and this all those check marks. So Sherry, share with us what you have, golden nuggets and information to share with us.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Yolanda Yo Taylor, for inviting me to your show today. For me, becoming a professional model was something I always wanted to do. At age 15, I just always wanted to be a professional model. I kept saying to myself, oh, I'm so tall. I loved makeup. And I loved just kind of presenting myself. So I tried to enter different fashion shows. I would, go to church, be a part of their fashion shows. And then I started taking little workshops here and there. But I told my mother I wanted to be a model. And she basically said, you might want to find something else to do. Which, I don't know about that. But I wasn't really persuaded. My dad was a big entrepreneur, and he said, you know what, babe, you can do anything you want to do, be anybody you want to be. You just have to dedicate your time and your effort to that. So at age 15, I started modeling on the circuit.
Okay. All right. So, we want to talk about now the business aspect of it because you all are executives, so you know what business is about, and this is a business. Whether you do this full time or whether it's a part time side hustle, let's talk about some of the things that are important, like
Well,
contracts and getting paid, and all of those types of things.
okay. So early on, when I was a younger model, I wasn't really focused on the business aspect of it. I was just focused on the hype and the fun and, going to the different casting calls and being selected for some of those things. But I really wasn't really focused on the money aspect of it or the business side of the modeling. But then as I started to get up in age and I'm still modeling, I had to start paying attention to those things because people were asking me to do so many different things. Can you be a part of this? Can you be a part of this? So I said, maybe it's time for me to go get a professional talent agency, which was a modeling agency at that time. So that's what I did. I went and I got my first agent when I was in my late 30s. I got my first agent. And with that, then things started to really happen for me. I started to pay attention to the types of jobs that I was getting in the modeling industry and the pay structure. Okay, so how do I get paid? How does my agent get paid? And how does the client make the choice on the type of person that they're looking for their product or their service? So I really had to work with my agent, get information from my agent in terms of what they expected of me as I'm representing them and I'm representing myself as a brand. So I had to learn that along the way. Sometimes people really don't pay attention to that. They just want to model and think they can make all this great money. And you can, but you want to also pick an area and try to, be good in that particular area before you start branching out into all of these different areas. I would never be a hand model. Okay. I'm just saying.
I would
I don't
never
like
be a
my
foot model.
but maybe I'll be a hair model, I love my hair. So it really depends on what the client is looking for. And you really have to pay attention to those contracts because I also remember one time that I was doing some print work and it was just supposed to be in a magazine and it ended up on a billboard, and someone said, hey, I was driving down, 76 and I saw this billboard with your head on it. And I'm like, no. And it was true. And at that point, I had to call my agent and say, well, listen, is there a billboard? I don't know anything about the billboard. She didn't know. So she had to call the client. They made a decision at the last minute to make it into a billboard. They did that, but they had to still send me another $1,400.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Jolisa, you said that you had a situation like that too,
I
where
did. I did. I had a situation where, and this was actually one of my military pictures, believe it or not. My niece called me. My niece is a nurse, and there was some big nursing conference that was coming up, and they were advertising for this conference and they were using my picture. And she was like, Ann, I didn't know you were going to this conference. I didn't know you were going to speak at this conference. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And so she sent me a copy of the flyer. And I had to chase down because this had nothing to do with my agent. This was just somebody that grabbed my likeness off of the web. And they didn't even think I was a real person. They were like, well, we just liked the way you looked and we thought you were so cute. We didn't realize you were a real person. I'm like, I am a real person. And so, either you want to compensate me or you're going to have to do something differently. And the reason that's important is because, like I said, you represent your agent, but you also represent yourself. And so you are your brand. Even with us being CEOs, that you're the brand, you are the brand of At the Style Table, you're the brand of Sherry Williams Enterprises, and so you have to make sure that, when people do things like that, it's consistent with who you want to be and who you purport yourself to be. And so it's very important to pay attention to things like that.
Wow, Jolisa, that is amazing. I know that these things happen. I had another similar story, and that was coming off a cruise ship and opening what they have as a passport with coupons in it, and I'm in the passport. So I don't know how many millions of people received this passport.
Right. So you should be getting paid. You should be getting paid.
Right.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah. But that was an opportunity where they were test shots. And that ended up being a stock photo that the photographer used. So if you're a new model, you want to make sure you're working with photographers where you can use the work and they can use the work. And this particular time, this was the opportunity for both of us, but it really helped the photographer because that was the person that sold the photo.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I can't even imagine seeing myself on a billboard or in a magazine or someplace. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not getting money for that. What? Who's just using my picture? Nobody called me and told me about that.
But that's another part of the business too, and that's why it is helpful to work with the agent, because they can take some of that off of your plate. But even still, if you're going to do this independent, make sure you pay attention to the contract. It just so happened that the contract that I signed, where I showed up in the Southwest in-flight magazine, that work was for a flat rate. So I knew when I signed it that they were going to be able to use those pictures for whatever they wanted to, and as often that they wanted to. But because that organization had been vetted by my agent, I felt comfortable with that too, because I could have easily said no. But sometimes you say, and there will be times when you say no, because it's like, it's not going to be beneficial to me, and I'm not going to have enough control.
Right, lady. So let me ask. So this is another reason why you have to know, you have to read the contract and understand things too, and ask questions. What does this flat rate mean? Because you're so excited. Oh, I'm going to be a model. And it's just a flat rate. You're going to get paid. Yay. But what does that really mean? And you really want to get that detail.
Right. I agree with you, because again, what does that mean? It's a flat rate. How many hours am I working? Do I have to travel? Will there be a makeup artist and a wardrobe specialist on hand? Do I have to bring my own shoe bag? I mean, what is in your toolbox? Models should always have a toolkit. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that. So you need to know these things before you decide to take the particular job or the gig, so that you can save yourself some time and some trouble and maximize on the investment.
Exactly. And speaking of investment, we are going to take a break. While we're on that break, go to our TV marketplace, hit that shop button, because you're going to find things that you'll need for your model's toolkit. And it's a great place to get your resources for travel, because models travel, right?
Yes.
That's right. To all these glamorous places and photo shoots and whatnot. So you come to our TV marketplace, hit that shop button, and start looking for what you need in your model's toolkit. See you on the backside.
used to watch BET, MTV, VH1, now I watch Tempo. Soca, Calypso, reggae dance, oh, don't stall, better get tuned in to the tempo. Don't have cable, they got an app. Go to your app store, download that. Whether it's tourism, cuisine, or the social scenes, if it ain't Tempo, it's a rap. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo.
You know you are a hot one. We are lime, we are laugh, we are chat, we no chill, we are hot one. Temperature rise, beer vibes in ya, this a hot one. Link up, connect, bust a sweat when you're dead on the hot one. We gonna spice it up like fire.
Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table, where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey everyone, we are back here at the Style Table talking all things modeling 101. And I want to ask you ladies something about the agencies, because, you know, back in the day it was like modeling agency, talent agency, but now it's kind of blended. So are both agencies kind of like they do both things? Or, you know, what if I just want to do commercial photography or something like that, or I just want to do runway? How do you decide which is best? Or if you want to make it a real business, you probably need to be flexible, right? Jolisa?
Yeah, I work with a talent agency. So modeling agencies, you really want to do your research and think about what type of model do you want to be, first of all, and make sure that you and have an know what the criteria for that is. Runway models are the strictest, have the strictest criteria. But that's when you have to be at you have to be a minimum of 5'9" and size 2 and stuff like that. I mean, your runway, that's you and Sherry's lane. That's not. I have done some runway work long when I was much younger, but that was a difficult thing for me. But then you have commercial and print, and lifestyle, which is a little more forgiving. And then you have bikini models, you have fitness models, and then you have people that do things like commercials, voiceovers, extras, stand-ins. So a lot of it just depends on what your goals are in terms of the type of model that you want to be. There are body part models. So if you have beautiful feet, you can do that. If you got beautiful hands, you can do that. Teeth. You got a nice smile, beautiful skin, beauty models. So a lot of times the women that you see in your beauty models and your luxury brands, they tend to, so to keep yourself versatile, modeling is really mind, body, soul too. A lot of people think it's all about the glam and the glitz, but modeling is very hard work. It's very demanding. Doing a photo shoot can feel like a workout. No kidding. I mean, especially if you're changing into 2 or 3 different outfits, it can feel like a workout. So you want to make sure that you take care of your health. You have good, healthy eating habits. You stay hydrated. You get proper sleep. And you take care of your skin, but you also want to be able to take care of your mind too. Because this is also a career field where you may face a lot of rejection, and it has nothing a lot of times to do with you personally. It's just that that particular client had a particular style, a particular person, or look that they were going for. And, even though well, if you signed up for a casting call, which is just, there was an advertisement and you said, okay, I'm going to try out for this. Yeah, your eyes can be, less than if your agent or somebody specifically says, no, they want you. They saw your work and they want you. So, but in the first case, you might face a lot of rejection. You have to get used to hearing no a lot. And Sherry will tell you when she comes back on. I mean, for every job that we land, we could have easily gotten 5 to 10 no's before we landed that job. And so you really have to develop a thick skin and be able to not take that personally.
Right. I would imagine. I remember when I was young and I thought, oh, I want to model, and I did a runway show, and I could hear the people in the audience who could be brutal and they said, oh, you can tell she's never modeled. And it was true. It was my first time. And I was like a baby giraffe up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing about working with agents, because a lot of times they will offer workshops to help you, with how to walk and, talk with you. That was one of the beautiful experiences I had personally going through Barbizon, is they helped me understand which colors look best for me, helped me understand my, based on my undertones in my skin, whether I was cool or warm. And you talk about this as a wardrobe strategist too, but also, my body type. And then it's your personality too. So all of those things you're pretty familiar with as a wardrobe strategist. Those things are important, particularly when you're going to take pictures as part of your portfolio, but also when you're actually going out, because, you have been recommended by your agency, or if you're going out to a casting call. You really want to make sure that the job is as much about you fitting the job and you being a good fit for the job as it is a job being a good fit for you. So that's something that's very important.
Right. Because I remember you saying, like, you can go somewhere and you can be going for one particular job, and then you get there and they're like, maybe you would fit better in another part of this job,
Yes. Yes.
So you want to be flexible and be open-minded, and don't feel so wounded because you didn't get the initial job. It might work out to your advantage to do something else.
Right. And you also may, not only that, attitude is everything too. So, but you also may get called back for something different because, the clients, some clients have annual requirements, quarterly requirements, monthly requirements. So when you go for that one call, depending on how you acted and were you flexible, it could increase your chances of having to get more work with that particular client for upcoming jobs too. And modeling tends to be, depending on what town you're in, if you're in a smaller location, everybody tends to know everybody. So if you get a reputation as being difficult or somebody that has a bad attitude, not only will the agents not want to work with you and clients, but photographers and all those other people won't want to work with you either. So in addition to just that's why I said taking care of your physical well-being, but also your mental, so that you emotional and your mental, so that you show up as your best self whenever you're going out to audition or work or do work for which you've already been contracted.
Right. So you want to also, you mentioned that, you'll be traveling too with this, so sometimes you want to be registered with an agency. Say, for instance, like we're in the DMV. So, you want to register with an agency in Virginia and one in DC and maybe one in New York or Philadelphia, but they could still talk to each other,
Yes.
So you would still, mess yourself up if you're not, it pays to be cheerful.
Yes. And even some of those people might recommend you too, like your photographer, so you can't you don't want to underestimate the power of anybody that you're working with. You say, well, that's just the photographer. But the photographer also has his ear to the ground. So he knows what the industry is looking for. And he probably knows what different clients' needs are too. And so the photographer can put a bug in the client's ear as well. So you really want to have a good attitude whenever you show up, because again, not only are you representing that agent if you are assigned to an agent, but you're also representing yourself. And it is a very small industry, and bad news in particular travels really bad. Good news travels bad.
Really fast.
I mean, good news travels fast. Bad news travels even faster.
Like lightning speed. So right now, in just a few moments, we're going to take a break. But before we take a break, again, we're giving you all of these tips on what you need for your tool as your tools and your guides. You want to go to our TV shopping network to get everything that you need. You can get all of the things that you need for a model's toolkit. You can plan your travel and your trips right there to get to your modeling gigs, to your photo shoots, all of those great things. So think about that while we're on the break. Hit that shop button at the bottom of your screen and go to our TV shopping network. Because I'd like to go get everything. I love shopping in all in one place. That's why I love Costco. I love going places where you can get everything all in one space and get it done. So you're ready to go with, grab and go style.
Yes, grab and go style.
Model
Make sure you have your
toolkit, right?
shoe bag.
And shoe bag. And when we come back, you guys, we're also going to talk to Sherry's going to give us some serious like model, 101, the real tips, like hair bands and why you need them and all those goodies and nuggets that we don't really think about that all models need. So you're always prepared. She's going to give us a whole tip list of what you need for those things. See you after the break.
Time. It has a different meaning in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It goes backwards, forwards, it stops. St. Croix is rooted in history. So much of it still remains untouched.
I remember running on these streets as a kid. This shop was right down there. It opened the same year I was born. This is where the original Crucian hook was born. It's the symbol of these islands. And I wanted to have my hands in that very same history. I want to be able to pass it down to my family while still putting a new spin on it.
The U.S. Virgin Islands, we have an amazing culture that developed over time from all over the world.
St. John feels so untouched. Being underwater is like another world. There's no worries, there's no stress. I can just escape. This is my happy place. My passion for scuba diving came at just being fascinated with the water and wanting to be a mermaid. And this is the closest thing I can get to achieving mermaid status. Canadians just love being outdoorsy. We live for adventure, so we love anything hiking, being on the water, diving, snorkeling, and St. John has it all.
It's like some spirit is protecting the island and keeping them raw. The Makujumbi watches over the island. From up there, they keep the evil spirits away. The nightlife in St. Thomas is absolutely amazing. There's always something going on. Everyone comes together to dance and catch a vibe. We're always celebrating. We celebrate freedom, culture, the food, the smell, the music. It's always a celebration. The people here are probably the most priceless thing because they keep the culture going. There's so many different influences on these islands. Food from all kind of countries coming together in new dishes. All of us came from somewhere, but all of we call this home. The VI is a new melting pot. This is where the past and the future comes together.
Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey everybody, we're back at the Style Table, and this last segment we're going to see some photos and some of the work of these two gorgeous ladies, along with the tips, the just nuts and bolts tips that every model should have in their toolkit. So, Sherry, here we have that is Jolisa. Tell us a little bit about that photo, those photo shoots.
Oh yeah, that's a basic photo shoot. That's actually part of my branding for my website. So I did that last year in preparation for my website. So those were primarily for my own business.
Beautiful, beautiful, Sherry.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So the one photo in the black dress was at Dumbo Beach or something like that in New York, Brooklyn. And that was at the Essence Festival. And they had these outdoor fashion shows. And that just happened to be a photo shoot that I was doing. And I captured some great photos at a wonderful outdoor event that was all centered around fashion. And the picture on the white, that was also for my brand. Jaleesa just mentioned that, having pictures for your brand, because at this age, and I believe I was 54 at that time, you want to show that you are still versatile and that you can wear certain things and you can look good doing it. So this was a photo that I had.
And Jolisa.
Yeah, that's a photo shoot for my celebrity, the celebrity designer that I work with sometimes. I took those pictures for the Liz Russell collection. Well, actually, the one in the gold in particular was for the Liz Russell collection, and she also used that picture as part of her marketing for her particular fashion shows. But it's also featured in one of her magazines, one of her style magazines. And then the one on the left was in the orange was a picture that I had to take for my casting agency to include in my portfolio, so they could show it to help me get work.
Gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
Fantastic.
these are great. The one on the model photo makeup shoot was actually for another photo shoot that I was doing for my own brand. And so these pictures, this makeup artist was amazing. That's another thing we're going to talk about in your toolkit, ladies. And then the photo with me walking away, that is in a magazine that was on a business retreat, woman's retreat, where some of these photos were taken. And that just happened to be one of the photos that they used to promote the event.
Awesome.
Oh,
one of each.
Okay. Well, let me start. Let me say. So the one in the blue and the black dress, we all decided we love that dress, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, this dress, I got a lot of mileage out of this dress, but this photo was taken for Philadelphia Style magazine, 25 Dynamic Women, and I was featured in the Philadelphia Style magazine in 2018 in their 25 Dynamic Women on the move. And this was the dress that my stylist happened to pick out. Y'all know Yo Taylor, right?
The get the job done dress.
Yeah,
Everybody
get the job done
get the
dress.
job done dress.
Yes. And I got so many compliments on this photo. I use it for other things as well. And I even got some business from this photo.
Excellent. Jolisa.
Yeah, this picture is also something that I use as part of my branding for my coaching business. I want women to feel empowered, and actually, it's a way for me to help them tune into their inner goddess. So that was the look I was going for with that particular picture, and I use it as part of my marketing when I'm coaching.
All right.
Awesome. Those are beautiful.
Right. That's awesome. I love the rapid fire answers. Love it. So now tips, Sherry.
Oh my gosh. So
drop,
we have
drop some tips. Jolisa, chime right in because I know you have some too. Sherry, drop those tips.
Well, the first thing you want to do is be kind to one another, because you never know when you're going to need that other model or potential model to help you do something. So just be kind to each other as you're out there. It's competition, so just be kind. That's my first tip. Also, you want to have a portfolio. You want to have your pictures ready on demand. So if someone needs it, you have it on your phone, emailed, whatever your agent already sent them, but you want to have them. You also want to have comfortable shoes. You want to have your shoe bag. And that's important because you want to have on comfortable shoes. You don't really need to go in with high heels on or anything like that, unless they asked you to come dressed as a particular character or in a particular style. Then you want to do those things. You want to have on deodorant, but you want to make sure it's clear and it is not going to stain the clothes. You don't want to have on any perfume whatsoever, because a lot of times these are clothes that you're just the canvas. You're just the blank slate, the canvas. So you don't want to have on all this perfume and things like that. That will be a major turn off for any clients.
Wow.
You want to have your breakfast bar. You want to have your lunch snacks. You want to have your medication. You want to have your water. You don't want to have any foods that are going to make you bloated. No sugar. Sugar makes you have cravings. None of that. And you want to have your makeup bag. That may be provided for you, a makeup artist and a hair makeup and a stylist, all of that. But if it isn't, you want to be prepared so you can still kind of just go on with the show. And that includes wigs and hair pieces and something as simple as a hair bobo. Maybe they want you to, if your hair is long and maybe they want you to put on a ponytail. All of a sudden you can just say, I have on a ponytail, and just put your hair up, So you want to just be able to be versatile. And also you want to have your business cards, comfortable clothing. You don't want to wear anything too restrictive, too colorful, unless they asked you to do these things. You just want to show up as a blank canvas, very clean and
very natural,
very natural,
clothes that are
so
fitted
that
to your body, so they can show off your shape.
They can see everything.
You said something else too about makeup, particularly for women of color, and I know for me, because sometimes it has gotten so much better over the decades. But a lot of times, a lot of makeup artists are not used to working with dark skin. And so they assume it's one type, and some people that are as dark as me have blue undertones, but I happen to have gold undertones, and so that requires a different kind of makeup for me. So a lot of times I often bring my own makeup to sets. Now, so far, Sherry, I've been relatively fortunate with a lot of my assignments because there's always food there. But
Yeah, yeah. It
and
just,
it's fabulous. It's fabulous food too. It's
it just,
fabulous eating.
and I'm
But
talking
having
about
said
even
that,
getting there,
yeah, you want to be careful though. You don't want to pig out, especially heaven forbid you're doing something where you may have to talk. So you always want to be thinking about things like that, and you want to pack some extra patience because sometimes they'll tell you to show up um, um, at this particular time, but it may be 3 hours before you actually get to do what you're going to do. So you want
Right.
to pack patience, and then if you're working with other models, the interaction that that can, especially if it's a photo shoot, it's not
Yeah.
just about you looking good. It's about everybody looking good and representing that
Yeah.
client's desire. So
Mhm.
you have to
Mhm.
be sensitive to that, and it may take
See.
multiple shoots for you to get that money shot, as they call it. So you definitely want to that's why we talk about that's why I said it's mind, body, soul, because
yes,
Mind,
spirit,
body,
yes,
because
soul.
there are a lot of
yes.
things that have to be working together. It's not just, hey girl, look at me walking out.
No, we're a
There's a lot of stuff
team.
that has to be going
Yeah,
on with you, and you
yeah.
have to be in good shape when you model. So
Yes, yes. You have
that
to
is
be a
definitely
team
something to
player.
miss.
A
Yes,
team
Right.
player. If
definitely.
you're not a team player, you don't want to go in there with a snotty attitude like I am just all of that. You probably are not going to be the person that they pick. You want to get
Right.
along with everyone
Hmm.
and do the job. And like you said, Jolisa, everyone
Right,
has to look good for the client, not just one
right.
person. It's really not
Yeah.
about you. It's really
Yeah.
about the
Have they
entire
Right.
ever put you
process.
in that dress that was just, I mean, they can put you in the ugliest little dress. It could be too
No.
big, it could be
Oh,
whatever. And guess what?
wow.
It really isn't
That
about
is
you.
just
It's about the client. You smile and say thank you, and you make that outfit look like the best thing you ever did want to see going down that runway or in that photo shoot. Now, it
and
is helpful
and
for
I've
you to
seen you,
know what
Jolie.
you're.
Jolise,
Huh,
I've seen
huh?
you model, and I've seen you work an outfit that I knew you could not stand. It was not you, but you made it work. All right,
I
ladies, thank you. This has been so much fun. I have really, really enjoyed this. Tell me, how can, first off, your agencies,
Okay.
let everybody know where they can see your body of work, and also where they can find you,
Okay. So
because
I'll
you
go
are
first.
executives as well.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because your brand is the most important thing, and then how you represent yourself and other brands. So, my agency is Mike Lemon Casting, and they are out of King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. They used to have an office here in Philadelphia. I was with a modeling agency that joined the casting agency, and now it's just one casting agency, and that is Mike Lemon Casting. And also, if you want to find me, you can find me and hire me at SherryWilliamsEnterprises.com. SherryWilliamsEnterprises.com.
Okay, Jolisa.
Hi, yes. If you want to find me, I am represented by Linda Townsend Management. That's in Washington, D.C. If you want to reach out to me personally, you can always find me on LinkedIn at Jolisa Webb Dudley. And you can also find me on Facebook at Jolisa Webb Dudley. And on Instagram, you can find me at Beauty in the Mist. That's Beauty in the Mist. No, excuse me, Beauty in the letter N, the Mist on Instagram, and I would be delighted to rock it for you.
That's right.
Hey, rock
Yes.
it for
Or
you.
you can hire both of us, and we'll come up and we'll present and we'll do everything you need for your brand. Jolisa and I, we do a lot of things together. So,
And we have fun too.
yes, we do.
That's right. And listen, if you need a wardrobe strategist,
Oh
Yo
my gosh.
Taylor at the Style Table at thestyletable.com. You can check me out at LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram,
Yes. And without you, we
and
would not be able to do this.
OurTV.network.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for helping me get ready for my photo shoots. I really appreciate it. So
Yes,
if you
yo.
got a photo shoot coming up and you're not sure what to wear, call Yo. You can never go wrong with having a wardrobe strategist for things like that.
I
So
totally
definitely.
agree. I got all of my get it done outfits, go to outfits together. in my closet, my beautiful closet, and I'm not bragging. I didn't always have this closet, but I'm saying it's organized, and that is because of my strategist, Taylor. And so we can't do our jobs unless we have someone helping us. So thank you,
Absolutely.
All right, you guys. So thank you so much. And I will see you next week on Yo on the Go at the Style Table. Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you.